Hello. Alright, today we are going to be doing a little bit of a HotS tutorial video. Now, we're just going to queue up for Hero League right now, because I don't really have a scrim or team game to show. And so we're playing healer, right? I'm healer main for the Team GG Gophers, you men, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so healer, what's the big picture here? So we're looking obviously to heal our allies, and most of the game, we're just looking to stay alive here. So, as a healer, your goal is to provide value for your team, and the only way you can provide value if you're for life, right? You heal with your mana. You gotta have mana. These things. So what do you gotta think about? Now, we're in about low master here, and like. Okay, so let's start off with draft. So we look at, the good healers right now, Tyrande, Decker, Whiteman, pretty standard. I'm a heal main. If I don't get heal, well, you're not going to see this video, and we're going to lose, so. But you can double support sometimes, but that's not what I wanted to do for this video, at least. And then, okay, they're talking and stuff. So so if you're in a team game, first of all, or Hero League, so you want to be in comms most of the time, but as a healer, you're really looking, you're not looking to shot call or anything, and you're not really providing, like, something like Whiteman, like, your cooldowns don't really matter. Like, it's not like I have XYZ cooldown, like, you mostly always have Scarlet Aegis, you don't, so Tyrande maybe saying I have stun when you have, like, a variant, but you're not really communicating this. What you're looking to do is, first of all, listen to the calls, obviously, and look at the minimap. This is healers. There's not a lot of mechanics involved, so yes there is, but
with every death comes
you have more free time to think about enemy positioning, and so you should be looking at the minimap a lot of the time and calling out rotations, saying who's missing, who's not, what's going on. You don't have to go to the solo lane to heal them if you just say there's a gank.
Ready for duty.
That's a way of supporting your team. So it's really important to know where the enemy is and to say where they're going. And we may or may not join in voice this game. We should, but I have to set that up. And so that's what I'm gonna, so that's how you play healer. But what's the plan you have going into the game, right? So it depends on what healer you have, of course, and you should really know what your win condition is as per any hero. You want to know who's your target priorities. As healer, it's not as important, but still, you got to be knowing who Arthas is going for, so you can follow up on the stun. And you got to be watching. This is very important with healers. You got to be watching your main tank. So, they expect, like, say Arthas throws a root, he expects a stun follow up. He might call it out, like, I'm gonna root XYZ, but a lot of it is just he reacts, and then you just have to react based on that. And so if you're watching him, that's really how it's gonna work best. And also, Hero League, so the Hero League is a lot different than team games, right? And mainly because as healer, you can just follow around your main tank. Like, lane setups and things, these are, they're marginally different for, competitive versus this, Sometimes you do like a 1-2-2, but here, whatever, you just follow the tank. Hopefully there's a DPS with you. And this is going to be your safest and easiest way of laning for levels 1 through 10.
Abandons no man.
Now, what do they have? Whiteman is still available. We have Arthas, so stun's pretty good follow-up. If we take Whiteman, we don't really have tons of damage. We're pretty good late, and she's a lot less vulnerable to Greymane and Thrall. which is why we're gonna pick white main here. You could argue we don't have much damage here, but
Let the Inquisition
Tyrande,
commence.
not exactly what you want against. This is like full dive here. This is like Tyrael goes in, throw all earthquakes. They have sanctification, gray main. If he jumps on Tyrande, you're dead. If he jumps on white main, level 10, you got Scarlet Aegis, you got all of these things. So you got to think about, you know, kind of what you're gonna play. So our comp's a lot harder to play here, mainly because first of all Zarya, and we have less damage, right? So when you have less damage, it's harder to get kills. So there, you know, the enemy has to make bigger mistakes. You have to force more mistakes out of them to get kills when you have this kind of team comp. So it's not like it's not a bad comp per se. It is kind of bad, but there's no reason we can't win. But it's gonna be more reliant on us playing well and on us picking the mistakes from the other team. And so, for example, having a plan here, the plan is to make it to the late game. The plan is to not feed at all. Because Zarya, while she's kind of good early, white main, she's like, she can heal early, but we're not going to get very many kills, right? The only way we get a kill is if Arthas finds someone close to our tower and chases them all the way to their tower. Right? Because we have less
Get ready
Genji
for
comes.
battle, my friend.
And then another thing for healers, you want to know the talent build, you want to know its variations, and this is really important.
Your king.
People
Frostmourne
like talents,
thirsts
they
for
matter a
justice.
lot. And it's
Oh yeah.
you
we're starting
try out
this thing
a bunch
in
of talents. You don't need to
10 seconds.
necessarily pick what everyone else is picking, but
5,
you should come up with a talent build that is the best.
2,
And a lot of what other people picking is the best.
punch each
So
other. Go nuts.
I mean,
whatever.
I didn't always used to play with Clemency or whatever, but you know the reason you have more healing out of fights, things like this. So it's important.
If I must.
This fucking Arthas is dead because he ran away from me. And that was just, we split right there. You gotta think, okay, now what do I do? You know, Arthas is dead, what's next? This is very important too. Just in general in HotS is,
Oh, curious.
what's next? So they went bottom.
I am
We should
healed.
just have, yeah. She's gonna go soak it. I don't really need to go down there because the wave's already been cleared. We see Tyrael.
Submit.
We should probably go with our team here. It looks like they're fighting.
Bear
Fighting them.
witness.
Now, yes, we're missing soak mid, but that's not our job. As healer, it's really not our job. And if you start, and the main thing is if you start laning
Our
and
desires
being the guy who
align.
soaks, then your team's just expecting someone else to soak because they haven't had to do it for the whole time. And this is a problem. You should not be the one, like, just farming the lanes. That's really not your job.
Repent, then you may die.
You gotta be the one making sure everyone is healthy, everyone
100%.
doesn't have to worry about dying. They can do their job.
Well done for a peasant.
Because the other people on your team are good, right? Hopefully. They're good enough that if you're doing your job, they're gonna, you know, help you out here. We see the Tyrael, but we still want to get the Greyman as best we can,
Wow.
so
Holy
we don't
punches.
chase the Tyrael.
A clean kill. Well done for a peasant.
Fires on the
Pick a tap.
And I should have blew more mana on him. That's my bad. That's where Genji just dashes into an Uther.
Come, bear witness.
Killed by Sun. Yeah, I know. I didn't expect the damage.
The sun grows within the temples. Soon they shall bask in my glory.
Don't want to rotate up without our Zarya with us. Like, this is something you can get away with in Hero League, but you don't want to be making that a habit of rotating by yourself as healer. Especially when the other team's
The
not doing that.
Inquisition progresses. For the Scarlet
So we saw they got their bruiser camp. What are we gonna do? just go to our main tank.
My magic flows through
Don't worry
the
about
temples.
Zarya, she'll be fine.
Guardians, do not let
Get up
these
with our main tank.
monks approach
Start
them.
healing them up.
My
Our
strength is
desires
renewed.
align. You shall pay for this treachery. Our desires
See, Arthur's
align.
going top, so we go top. It's pretty simple. We gotta keep Arthur alive. And look, we got the slow, they got the kill. Let's get out. We're
The
tanking those
righteous
minions,
fear
but,
nothing.
you know, whatever. We're not gonna die.
Our desires
fine.
align.
So that's just following your team, knowing that they probably know what's going on as well as you do.
Take it down.
back.
We got most of the top already. Arthas is here. Any damage we can do really is good for healing. So
Blessings of the
we know we're the dive
cleansing
target, so even if he's getting pressured, we don't want to be up there with him.
Magic subsides. Find something else.
Just keep him at a little bit of life. And unfortunately, his life ran out.
Let the flame of salvation burn.
Ready for action.
I must retreat.
Free level 10, as long as we're kind of
Your
even,
punishment has
it's
been
not a big deal. So
deferred.
don't trade your life for your teammates' lives either. You see, I traded all my mana, that's fine, but I'm not gonna go in there and feed for them. No, we see top needs to be soaked. I mean, I'm gonna ping it. Alright, this is going there. I could have used, I should have used my spell power. Spell power affects healing. Alright, we're gonna skip this whole following main tank here. Because we do want to get this camp. Or at least help the hockey. Is he dead? He's not dead.
Come, bear witness.
Let's see. Okay, we got the heal on him. We should have healed the Genji maybe. Just giving him a Q before we got there, but I guess we wanted to stay mounted. Which is important. Go there faster. Definitely gotta defend bottom here. Get the Q out on everyone, and then start healing. Let's see, team's back to mostly full, except for the Genji. Oh god, he's dashing into Uther. Gotta keep these people up.
It's still squirming. Gross. Boom! 2-for-1 save.
See,
Pick it
that's
down.
another instance where I'm just alive,
If I must.
and that's all that matters. Team's doing whatever team's doing.
You shall pay for this treachery.
Take strategy just because that's how you're gonna keep yourself alive. This is just like simple things. Like, just keep yourself alive. They'll be the ones that are killing the other team.
Zealously.
Now, let's see. What would I call it? We see two top. Normally, I would go top, but I probably should. We see Tyrion's pressuring our Genji. Genji can't really hold point solo. I don't know. It's questionable. It's questionable. Also, use Clemency on cooldown
If I must.
unless you're really looking for this, because it restores mana.
And
Right?
so the light fades from my temples. But it
See,
will
we should have
return
probably been up there
again.
with the tank. And that misplay cost us, tank's life. These are the things to support where, just by the absence of doing something, you're
Treachery.
not exactly, you're not helping at all.
You shall pay for this.
See, Uther coming up, so they have arrow, which is why we need to be careful here. Like, they're collapsing on us here. And Chiro didn't want to come up. Definitely could have.
Come, Bear witness.
They're going mid. Now we gotta make sure we're the ones not getting jumped here, because once this starts happening, you just gotta know that they're looking for a
I
counter.
must retreat.
Bear witness.
As soon as the fight starts going right for you, you gotta be worried. Because people,
Killing
counter
spree.
engage, exactly.
Thank you for the healing.
Super's way the fuck out of position, but
Submit.
and like we're full on mana the whole time, so we can really start
How
burning
I despise this
heals on people when we need to, because
That
level 1 is
sucks.
so good. I guess one thing I haven't been doing is calling out where the enemy is enough. I'm kind of noticing it, but not really saying it. So we can see Tyrael was
Bear
bottom,
witness.
Well
and so they're
done
probably not doing the
for a
camp right now.
peasant.
Oh, okay. It was Hanzo, never mind. Don't want to rotate there. They're coming over here. They're all coming over here, so just tell them to back the fuck up. Jump the main tank, but I guess
Thank you for the healing.
see. Another instance of where I just didn't want to die.
Thank you for the healing.
Be
And now we gotta go
purified.
help this out.
Ah, the enemy destroyed a
We
fort.
just blow all the cooldowns on Arthas that we have.
Well done for a peasant.
Because kept
I
everyone
must retreat.
bad fight, we didn't die, you know? And we're getting bot, so how's this guy doing? He's dying, so we gotta go help him.
Oh, you just lost the fort.
We see Tyrael is coming down, so we might actually not want to help him. Because we're the targets here.
Oh, there
Like,
goes
if we
the
go here,
fort.
we're looking to die.
Zealous.
Come on. We must retreat.
He got the drag, would have been really good. We don't have Genji here, which is why this is really fucking questionable. You see Arthas way the fuck up there?
The light shall protect you.
We just gotta burn all of our cooldowns, save everyone as much as
Hey,
we can.
good night.
Because Genji's popping off.
Oh, 2 for 1 sale.
And 2 for 1 sale.
You are a
Oh my
credit to the
God.
team. I am returning to base. Much better.
Don't know if this guy is leaving. But we're gonna heal him anyway because it's giving us mana.
If I must.
We can't start this. It's real optimistic there.
My strength is renewed.
How I despise this place. You shall pay for this treachery.
Come on. Thank you for the healing.
Repent, then you
I
may
see them
die.
checking boss, but they're not on it. I know they're on that camp there. They're gonna have
The
16.
Inquisition
We just have the global
progresses.
advantage and just want to be as passive as we can. Honestly, because we're just getting the soak free. So, you notice I have a path to retreat always, and I'm like way in the back here. There's no way I'm ever getting done. That's really good because if we die first, we're fucked. So we're looking at Hanzo because that's the main engage here. when they're far away. Hanzo is the main thing, so we don't want to be with our tank right next to him, because
The
we can
light
get stunned.
of the sun grows within the temple.
Zarya's got to clear bot.
Soon
We should
they
just let
shall
her do that, so.
bask in my glory.
Zealously. If I
Well done for a peasant.
My magic flows through the temple.
And we're done.
Guardians, these mortals approach them.
They really fucking burn that fast. And that's the thing in support is whether or not your team's in position is not up to you, and you don't get to choose the engages. So if you're just following the tank around, you're just doing what the tank's doing. And it looks like we lost this game
Fort
here.
gone. That sucks. Don't
That's
want to alarm
basically
you, but
how it
the core
goes.
is under attack.
Now could we have done things better? Yes, obviously. We kind of got screwed in the draft. Sorry. And no one talks to you.
Double or nothing.
But I hope we learned something here. And the main takeaways are stay alive for your team,
MVP.
so you can heal them as much as possible. Follow your tank in fights, be behind in the back line. That's going to keep you alive. And just know where the enemy